As most of you guys probably know, this month has been a lot for Soobin. Mistranslations have been made about these issues, and as a result, Soobin have been getting the worst possible opinions, comments from both Knets and Inets. Clearly, I'm a MOA. But I'll try to be unbiased as much as possible as we continue with this video. I honestly think Soobin lacked at some part, but not to the extent to be or to even deserve the things some are trying to paint him as. For the first one, someone leaked the private Instagram live of Soobin and one of his K-pop idol friends. Yoonchae was brought up in their conversation, and someone mistranslated the whole thing saying Soobin and his friend were bad-mouthing Yoonchae. The user who mistranslated the whole thing also made it seem like Soobin showing his middle toe was meant for Yoonchae. It's not long when the misinformations and mistranslations about these issues got debunked. Here's the translation made by translating TXT of what Soobin and his alleged friend really talked about in that live.
아, 형, 재밌으라고 한 거 아니야. 팩트잖아, 팩트. 춤 못 추고 노래 못 하고 랩도 못 하고 뮤백 MC 하나 했다고 아주 신나가지고 우리 은퇴 남았다고.
도와줄 거 있어.
But just when the backlash from netizens about this issue were toning down, Soobin faces criticism for watching a disturbing anime.
웬이 추천해달라고요? 1분만 기다려. 제가 뭐 봤는지 한번 시청 기록을 옮겨서 얘기해 줄게요. 여러분들이 맨날 막 오타쿠 하시는데 오타쿠는 진짜 아니고 그냥 취미생활?
When Soobin finished listing down the animes he watched, he immediately recommended his top 3 animes to MOA. After recommending his top 3, he proceeded to talk about other animes he watched. And this is where he talked about Made in Abyss.
제가 지금 보고 있는 게 2개 있는데 지금 연재 중인 거 2개거든요. Made in Abyss 2기가 지금 나오고 있는데 메이너 1기 봤을 때는 사실 그렇게 재밌는지 몰랐었거든요. 2기가 저는 너무 재밌더라고요. 근데 여러분들한테 좀 추천하고 싶은 애니는 아니고 좀 자극적인 거여서 근데 내용은 진짜 좋아요. 저는 되게 재밌게 보고 있어요.
He clearly said Made in Abyss is an anime he wouldn't recommend to MOAs to watch, but a user tweeted this on Twitter. It includes a screenshot of mistranslated Soobin's live. That Soobin recommended the show to MOAs, and he had fun watching it. I actually don't watch anime a lot, so I do know a thing about Made in Abyss. I remember watching that specific live of Soobin last year. That live of Soobin was actually from last year, and I got curious about Made in Abyss the most because I was like, why would he not recommend us to watch it? But then I forgot about it. So I didn't really have the time to search about the show until now. As someone who binge-watch every content TXT has, I just know that Soobin is not the type to be the guy the haters are trying to paint him as. Heck, even my mom got shocked when I told her about this issue. She was like, Soobin, aang bait na bata non, it translates to, what? Soobin is a nice kid. When I told you I cried hard inside, I did. I just got emotional reading those bad comments about him. Because the Soobin I know don't deserve them, but realistically speaking, I don't really get to watch them 24/7. Wrong is wrong. If Soobin was really wrong in this one, and if he really is that hideous adjective some of the netizens are calling him, well, part of me will die, but I would really drop him. He most likely isn't, but I still researched about Made in Abyss. If it really is a show that glorifies disturbing things, I watched this video made by a channel called the NMT on YouTube, and it gave really good explanation about the show. Here are the topics Phoenix talked about in the video. I recommend you all to watch it.
Made in Abyss is an award-winning anime and manga. It's praised for its intricate and lush world-building, heart-wrenching stories of abuse, adventure, and resilience, as well as some really questionable and weird shit.
This is also what I got when I searched about Made in Abyss. I honestly started questioning Soobin's taste when I read all those, because clearly the show was really disturbing. But those are not enough to call someone a p hash hash hash. I saw this tweet on Twitter and it made me realize a lot of things. Some still argue about this, saying the user shouldn't really compare the stated shows to Made in Abyss, because the show was about children, which is actually correct. Honestly, in my opinion, Made in Abyss, from what I searched, are far more disturbing from all the shows the user have stated. But I hope they see the actual point the user was trying to point out. I watched 13 Reasons Why, and it was a great experience. I watched the show because of the lessons and not to glory the disturbing things they did to the main character. But does Made in Abyss even has lessons? What is the possible reason why Soobin enjoyed the show? Here are some of the lessons the watchers of Made in Abyss took from the show. Please pause to read. But why are the characters so young?
The main kind of secret superpower of the moe genre and the art style is that it allows the audience to really connect with characters without really having to know a lot about them fairly easily. And this is because the characters' looks invoke feeling of protectiveness, and therefore to an older audience this makes them instantly care for them, because as humans for some reason we really care about like what happens to like little people, like young people. We don't want children or cute things to be hurt because it causes us internal pain.
Made in Abyss in South Korea is heavily censored. Please pause to read. But a user posted this on Twitter. It includes a disturbing screenshot of the show with Korean subtitle, implying that that specific scene is actually included in Korean version of Made in Abyss. Some users said that the screenshot couldn't possibly be from the Korean edited version, because the Korean version doesn't need Korean subtitle. But if the scene is included in the Korean version, is the scene was really meant to be sexual? Here's another user from Twitter who watched this specific scene, and he gave a good explanation about the whole scene. Please pause to read. I saw this comment on YouTube, saying the author actually admitted the allegations, but I haven't seen even one news about it. Therefore, I conclude.
그건 다 그냥 그렇게 생각하면 되지 않을까요? 아, 이런 루머와 헛소문이 돌아다니는 걸 보니 이게 다 내가 귀여운 탓인가 보다, 이렇게. 난 그런 짓 한 적 없는데 약간 그렇다고 왜곡된 사실이 자꾸 돌아다니네? 아, 내가 귀여운 탓이다. 이렇게 넘겨요. 왜냐면은 이게 뭐랄까, 어차피 나를 좋아해주는 사람은 그런 루머에 휘둘리지 않고 나를 믿어주고 나를 좋아해주고, 나를 싫어하는 사람은 내가 아니라고 해명해도 그 루머를 어차피 믿을 거예요. 그래서 어차피 믿을 사람은 믿고 싫어할 사람은 싫어할 거니까 너무 그렇게 신경 쓰지 않는 게
Remember when
제일 좋은 것
Soobin's
같아요.
mom wrote 20 reasons why she loves Soobin?
아닌 건 본인이 잘 알고 있잖아요. 본인이 아닌 거 알고 있으면 됐죠.